I'm pretty sure a week ago I mentioned that we have the new backend developer, and this is his first week. And so far he's doing great. Obviously, he's very much motivated. I showed him today what we have, and he finished really completing all of the documentation for all of the development that we have in the section that he will focus on in the next 2 months. And so I am super happy because it's Wednesday. I was expecting that we will finish all of that stuff by Friday, but all of that is done. So right now, really, we can focus on starting thinking about how are we going to implement those new features going forward, and whether we need to actually correct the stuff that we have right now. So that's what we are going to focus on tomorrow and day after tomorrow. We're going to check whether all of the APIs are working as expected, and we will try to correct them if they won't. But I've checked all of them really so many times already a few months ago, but right now I guess we need to go back to them and just check them again last time and make sure that everything works. So that's what we are going to do with him tomorrow. And so yeah, so Nikiuka has another 2 days to like accomplish her tasks, and from Monday we can start development of new APIs together, which I'm really looking forward, because if that's going to be the speed, maybe even by the end of the month we will be able to actually accomplish, because a lot of stuff that I was thinking that it's going to take us 2 months. But let's not be too positive from the beginning, because the beginnings are always good, okay? And so I know he has that positive attitude from the beginning, even when we were talking on our first interview, and that was one of the main reasons why I really went with him. Not only the skills, because obviously the skills were there, but sometimes the attitude is even more important than skills, because if you don't know something and you have attitude, you will be able to learn. So I hope his motivation won't finish by Friday or after the weekend, and it will, take actually a few months for him to lose a little bit of motivation, or maybe he will never lose the motivation. Who knows? Maybe he is like me with the motivation. I mean. So yeah, so that was that. A part of this, I was working on the pitch deck, and I had to obviously, as always, correct few of the business model numbers, and that took a big part of it. I've also was correcting the operations for how are we going to operate in terms of development going forward, so we don't have to meet as often. So we do need to have some kind of system, some kind of process that I have developed a few months ago, but it wasn't really as good as the one that I've corrected today. So that took, I would say 2-3 hours of my life to actually make sure that that process is smooth and easy, and the guys that will actually use it don't have to think much about this, because they need to focus on actually developing stuff. But the process of development of the application involves few different people every single time. So you have designers, you have backend developers, front-end developers, project managers, and so all of those people need to collaborate as efficiently as possible to release something as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. So that feature or that page or that something that is developed is able to generate money as soon as possible. So that's why I was trying. That's what I was doing today, during those 3 hours. And yeah, and like I said, there was the pitch deck. There was a financial model that I fixed. I'm still working on the pitch deck, and I hope by the end of today, I probably will finish around 2-3 a.m. Hopefully by the end of today, I will have everything, and tomorrow, after the first meeting in the morning, I will just sit down, check again everything, whether everything is fine, and once that's confirmed, I will be able to send it off to that accelerator that I've signed an agreement 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, we released the app as well last week, so there was a lot of other stuff, so that's why it took a little bit longer. But again, that was today. Thank you very much for joining me as always, and I see you tomorrow.